Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Draft Day Sports College Football 2019, episode 22 in the series. We enter the 2021-2022 season. It's still March. We've still got a long ways till the season actually starts. We're into training camps, but we'll quickly get to the start of the season if we can here. So some updates. First off, we have our signing day summary. Here's the players that we got in. So our tackle, Thomas Johnson, ranked 313. All of them are 3 stars, by the way. But we got Daniel Jolly, linebacker, 350. A center that's ranked 412. A running back ranked 467. Defensive end ranked 468. And defensive end ranked 519. Those are the top players. We also have a couple others in the top 750, a couple others in the top 1,000, one just missing the top 1,000, and then just a few guys that are at that lower end of ranking. Now, compared to last year, our recruiting class was ranked 80th, so not great, but still better. We've gotten better each season in recruiting, slowly but surely. So we are making progress. Season expectations this year, around 75th in the national rankings. They have a 76th right now, 8th in the conference, and they're looking to get to about 500. That's going to be tough. That is going to be tough to get to 500 this year. We'll do what we can. All right, so training camps. We have no losses at all. It's really good. There are some players that did not improve, though. Quite a few. That's a little bit worrying, but nobody had losses, so I'll take that. In terms of gains, we've got a bunch of guys that have just 1 or 2 points of gain, 3, 4 points of gain, but all of a sudden, boom, here we are. 5 points of gain, 6 points of gain, and here's 7 and above. Jacques, tight end, 7 points of gain. Let's see what does that do for him. Very much a tight end, and overall is a 73. 5th-year senior, 3-star guy. His recruit rank was 2,100, so that's kind of the territory we're talking about here. Guard, Nash, 9 points of gain, redshirt sophomore. This is one of my recruits, just inside a 2,000, 3-star guy. He is a 74 overall. Defensive end, Thompson, 9 points of gain, a senior, 3-star guy, 1,200 was his recruit, but as a senior, this is not somebody that I recruited. He's a 78 overall now, so that's a big improvement for him. Okay, here's the big gainers, though. 10 plus, Con, linebacker, 5th-year senior, so again, somebody I did not recruit. 73 overall, so not great. Good tackler, though. And finally, Casillas, my top recruit. Oh, this is Roger Casillas. This is not the cornerback. This is Roger Casillas, redshirt freshman. So this is his first year. 1,700 was his recruit. He's a workout fanatic. 3-star guy, now a 77. Definitely ready to play at center. Team player 100. Leadership 97. Oh, I like this guy. Nice. So now we have 2 Casillas players. Let's see, where was the other? There we go. Casillas, cornerback, 4 points of improvement, now in 87. Really good agility, really good speed. Pretty balanced in some other areas as well. All right, well, there's our training camp results. And we are ready to set red shirts for the year. So this is going to take a little bit of time to go through the roster and figure out where to do that. Also give me a really good idea of where we're at. So in terms of rating, we got a lot of 2-star guys from the original recruiting group. And then we've got some 3-star guys, and that is a lot more balanced than before. And we only have a single 4-star guy, James Duffy, redshirt junior, who we brought in as a transfer. I want to say transfer. All right, so overall, 67 is the bottom end. Sophomore redshirt. So again, this is kind of that first. We're going to see a lot of redshirt sophomores that are down there, but we've got a redshirt senior, Robert Burton, who's a 67, 69, and then into 70s, just like that. This is how much better this team is than it was. I had a lot of players in the 60s a couple seasons ago. So we're already pushing into mid-70s. There we go. 75 already. We're just partway up the list. 76, 77s. Now we're starting to get into kind of the average player is about a 77 or a 76. 78s. Top third now. 79s. We've got this many players that are 80 or above. Topping out with James Duffy, our 4-star guy, our only 4-star guy, at an 88. And Randy Casillas is a 2-star guy at an 87. That is an absolute gem that I found. He is a junior. He is part of that class a couple of years ago. And then we have... These are all my guys. All of them. Kevin Allen, the first one who is not... one of the ones that I brought in at an 83. So that goes to show these redshirt seniors are the only ones from the previous era. Redshirt junior, it's hard to tell on that one. I think back to how long we've been at this now. So William Ware, now an 86 at quarterback. Casillas an 87. Duffy an 88. We've got tight end Michael Wilkins. So he's got a target. That's good. Our kicker, Sandy Clark, an 85. Our true freshman running back, Otto Kirkwood. Our true freshman strong safety are both 85s. True freshman Alfred Bradley, an 84. Alan Thiel, true freshman, 83 corner. Look at all these freshmen, true freshmen, this recruiting class that I just got that are now already starters, instant starters. There's some more. Joseph Tang, Riacasio, Daryl Keenan. What a recruiting class. This is going to make the team better. And this also means that there's not going to be a lot of freshmen redshirting this year. A lot of them are going to play. See the averages, just how much higher, how much better they are. Remember, just 2 seasons ago, that most of my linemen were average 66, 67. Defensive end as well. Now all of a sudden I have averages that are starting to hit 80. Kicker, cornerback, strong safety at 79, tight end at 79, running back at 78. I like it. That makes me happy. Okay, so we need to start looking position by position and deciding who to redshirt. So William Ware, sophomore quarterback, is definitely the best option. But he's got a couple backups behind him that have redshirted already. This is a difficult decision. Charles West. He would be second string if I leave him out there. But he's not going to start until his senior year pending other recruits. So do I redshirt him this year and make Jeffrey Hiller our backup? It's risky. I think we need to. Otherwise, he's only going to get 1 year. Or he could be the guy. Okay, so running back now. How are we looking? Otto Kirkwood, true freshman. And everybody else has redshirted, so nothing to do there. Fullback, I don't have many of them, but we do have John Collins, who's an 84. Nice. Tight end. Tight end, we've got an 86 in Wilkins. Everybody else is already redshirted. Wide receiver. True freshman, so he's definitely not going to redshirt. We do have this one. Now, he's 5th or 6th on the depth chart. So let's go ahead and redshirt Trailer. That won't affect things too much. These 2 juniors, we'll just get them on their way and out of here. That's that original recruiting class. They're now the last. They're the worst. So that was my first recruiting class, are now juniors or redshirt sophomores. So redshirt juniors would be guys that were freshmen initially in that group that redshirted that first year. So redshirt juniors are not mine. True seniors or redshirt seniors are not mine. So any senior or redshirt juniors are the leftovers from the original squad. And you can see how much better my guys are compared to most of them. Here's one exception at guard. True freshman Daryl Keenan will start at guard. Couple seniors to back him up. Nobody else. We do not have the depth here at tackle that we have at guard now. Makes me wonder about moving guys over. And again, a freshman is going to start here. Thomas Johnson. Best already. As a true freshman. That is crazy how much better this recruiting season went for me. Going after the scraps, which means it was last minute, but it worked. And a few guys were not. So I'm going to start going, all players inside the top 1,000 for recruiting this year. That is definitely going to be the target. Again, a freshman going to start. Boy, we are going to have a young line, but it's going to be a much better line than what we've had. Okay, no kickers. Of course, we didn't recruit any this season, so it makes sense that there's nobody to redshirt there. Ooh, now we're getting into an option to redshirt. But no, I don't think so. I think I'm going to let him play. I'm going to let him play. Maybe. We'll see. I suppose it depends on how we're looking here. 2 freshmen, both 82s. They're going to start. 78. Now we have an option to redshirt some guys, like William Herr, even though he's a sophomore. He's a 3-star guy. He'll improve. Do I want to redshirt him, or do I want to get him on his way and out of here? Keep things balanced at the position. Because we're going to have 1 senior on the way out, and then we'll have 2 guys the next year on the way out, and then we'll have 2 guys on the next year, 2 guys on the next, and they're... Yeah, so no, I'm not going to redshirt him. Keep him moving along. Get a freshman. Boy, Duffy is so good. He looks bad, but at a 79, he is good. True freshman corner in 83. Now here's actually, look at this. Okay, so 5th on the depth chart with a couple guys behind him that are decent, including one senior. I'm actually tempted 5th on the depth chart. That's somebody, even though he's an 80 overall, that's somebody that you redshirt. And looking at the depth chart, right, he'll jump up to 3rd next season as a redshirt freshman. And Casillas will be a senior, so you can get a lot of years out of him. Alan Thiel, that little bit better. Strength, agility are low. Speed's good, but not great. Hands are good already. Intelligence, yeah. See, you give him a year. Tackling, he's 2nd best already, and he's got the best endurance. Oof, just 5'10". I don't know if that makes any difference on this game. I'm going to redshirt Akashio. I've not redshirt very many players at all because this was such a good recruiting class. Another true freshman who's going to start strong safety over senior Kevin Allen, over senior Picard. Finally, free safety. There's a freshman to redshirt. 4th on the depth chart at free safety. But a good player, Lamar Smoot. Ouch. That's not going to help him develop very well. 90 for speed. No hands though. You're going to have to develop that a little bit. Intelligence is decent. Much better than these other guys. Just no strength. No agility. Great speed. So yeah, definitely going to redshirt you. And that's it. We are only redshirting a handful of players. See, again, tempting. He's on the bottom of that list as a sophomore. But I like how the defensive ends are lined up right now in terms of by grade, where they're at. So none of our worst players are redshirting, but none of them are freshmen. I'm kind of backwards here, but there we go. Our first redshirting freshman is Smoot out of 75. I mean, that's the first and worst one we've got. Charles West at quarterback at 77. This is fantastic that we are spoiled. Only 4 freshmen are redshirting. So 22 are going to move on up. We'll have 25 sophomores, just 14 juniors, 20 seniors. So we are going to have a bigger recruiting class this next year with 20 guys coming in. And then I'll be joining just 4 of this group, so 22 moving on up. So these groups are a little bit larger. But again, that first year, just the 14. As I redshirted a lot of players, so the team is now becoming majority mine. I mean, some of these, well, let's look. How many are juniors? Just true juniors. Six of them. So we've got 28 players left from the previous realm, from the previous coaching staff. So just 28. 20 of those are going to be gone this season. So we'll be down to just 8 left a year from now. And only 14 recruits coming in, so that's going to be different. It's definitely going to be different. This sophomore class is a little bit big at 25, but it's not bad. I only had, 17 in this class, and it was still the best we've had. I'm going to have 20 in the next, and that's going to give us a chance to get a bit higher. And with the freshmen that I have this year, I mean, look at these true freshmen. 79, 83, 81, 85, 85, 82, 84, 78, 80, 82, 82. That is so much better than a lot of the players. I mean, this is instant impact kind of guys. And then here's my 4 redshirting ones, 75, an 80, 77, and a 77. And you can see it in the recruiting numbers. So I need to start getting guys consistently in the top 1,000. That's what I need to target this year. Players in the top 1,000. So I can get them as scraps. It's those guys outside of the top 1,000 that I recruited. They were the only ones that I was recruiting all season long. So that's my objective this year. Everybody, recruiting-wise, in the top 1,000. Okay, redshirting is done, and we've hit September. It's the regular season. Team captains elected. Cisco, James Duffy, the one transfer we've brought in, and Gabriel at running back. Recruiting season is starting. We have 20 scholarships to offer. Can't have high hopes given the size of our program. If you could bring in some upside recruits that we can use to build upon, board will be happy to see what I can bring in. Training camp report. Highlights from training camp. Rear blocking. Thompson speed. A lot of improvement. So Cascio, the freshman. So already good improvement here. Regular season ready to go, but we've got recruiting to set up, and so I've got some work to do on that. I don't think we're going to get any games in this episode because there's still work to be done before we play that first game. The recruiting is going to be a big part. We're going to need to figure out what positions need to be recruited for those 20. We're going to have to sort out our depth chart. And actually, training, I might even change this now a little bit. Game tape. I think we're okay here. Yes, it can go to 25, but at 22, we don't have the fatigue and injury issues. So I'll leave that the same. I like that we're doing a lot of developing the players over focusing on the games. That's what's going to build this program long term. I'm not worried about winning individual games when our rank is 76, when our prestige is 36. I'm worried about recruiting top players and developing the players we have long term. And that's how this squad gets better. Alright, depth chart. Let's get that set for the year. That's really important. We've got a lot of changes, a lot of absent players, but you can see most of our starters, a lot of them anyway, are back. We lost starting running back, starting tight end, left tackle, a center, and a right tackle. So both tackles are out. But we're going to see. We'll see. There is some better talent now. I know William Ware is going to return. Hillier Reyes moving up the depth chart behind him. But remember, we are redshirting our freshman backup, who will be then 2 years behind Ware and could have the potential to start his junior and senior year if we don't bring in someone better in the meantime. Now, Gabriel, 84 fullback, but here is true freshman Kirkwood. So now we have a fullback who is better than the other options. So Gabriel then becomes that next best guy. And the other fullback, Hoffman there, go to third string, so that's an improvement on the backup. Gabriel stays the number 2 guy, and Kirkwood is better than Gary was. I think Gary was an 83 last season. What do we have for third string? Let's see here. Kirkwood, Gabriel, Hennessy, a 79. Better than Thompson. So Thompson drops to 4th string. And look at that, 86, 85, 84. Couldn't have dreamed of that a year ago. Bradley comes in as an 84. Pittman, an 81. And then Seaman, a 79. So there's your top 3 guys. Now, that makes the next best backup Seaman and then Falcon. So if you only have a couple of receivers on, Seaman would be that next guy to be number 1. Falcon, the backup here. Now we go with Falcon and McNair. And then again, Falcon and McNair. So really, that's 5 deep at wide receiver, the way we're set up here. Top tight end is Wilkins, so he does move up to the number 1 guy from number 2, but he did improve a lot. And then Hart is now the number 2, but at an 81, I'm not worried about him. So there's Hart. Packard's going to be the 3rd guy. So he stays in his spot. But at an 80, he's pretty good now. And then Jacques. That's getting down there a little bit, but the number 3 for second tight end, shouldn't see him too often. All right, on to, let's start with center. There's Tang, true freshman in 81, instantly going to start. Casillas is out of nowhere the number 2 guy. Remember, he was a huge improvement. And then Cagle drops to 3rd string, so that's an improvement at center. Greer, looking at guard. Greer still there. He'll be a starter. Marion is actually going to drop to the bench with Keenan, the freshman, coming in. And that makes our number 1 backup last year's starter, Marion. And then Slack. So we just got better at guard. All 3 starters now. Now, let's see. Where? We'll go blindside. I think he's a righty. So left tackle. What do we have? We have Johnson and then Brown. This is the 1 position that hurt. True freshman. Johnson jumps in, and let's just see how much better we are here. Brown was the backup a season ago. He is moving up to starter this year, but at 78, I think Brown was about a 75 a year ago, give or take. So, and we had like a 77 and a 76 last year for tackle, I want to say. So 4 of 5 starters are 80 and above, and 1 at 78. That's not bad. That is not bad. However, we are very thin backing up. So I don't know, Marion, or do we have to go with Sheridan? Probably Sheridan. So Sheridan moves up to number 2, and he's not looking so good. And then we've got Nance and Graf. Maybe I'll put one in the other so they can each focus on one position, right? Since they're both 70s. All right. Save package. There's our offense. Everybody is 80 or above, minus 1 tackle. I only had a couple players 80 or above just 2 seasons ago. Actually, why don't I take a look at these guys and see. Nance and Graf, what do we got? Nance is a lot stronger. Graf is a better blocker. And Fast is a much better run blocker. Okay. Well, that is what it is. When you get clear best overall, right? All right, on to defense. Look at all these starters that are back. Every position has a returning starter. So not one senior started last season on defense. That is amazing. And remember, I've got a bunch of freshmen who can challenge for starting spots. So, Cisco, top defensive tackle, still our guy. And McDonald is still there, but Soriano is now the best backup. So we'll bring in Soriano. McDonald will be kind of that third one if we need. And let's see. Yeah, Jacob. Okay. Right end. We had a 78 and a 74 as our starters a year ago. And look at that, 2 freshmen, Tracy and Wells. Let's figure out who wants to be right end, left end. I suppose it does not matter necessarily, but let me see. Oops. There we go, defensive end. So we have more speed in Tracy, better strength in Wells, and Wells is a better tackler. Doesn't matter, I suppose. But there you go. Tracy and Wells now starting. And that leaves Thompson and Bruno, who both started a year ago, now as the backups. I like that. That's a huge upgrade at defensive end. And look at that line now. I mean, if we're in a 3-4, we've got all 80s. If we're in a 4-3, we've got 3 80s and a 78, which is not bad. And then the backup behind that is 78. The backup behind there is 78. That's quality on the line now. Big improvement. All right, Duffy. Duffy, of course, is our main guy. Middle linebacker. And then we'll go, who is behind that? Jolly has overtaken Ham. Or no, Jolly's a freshman. Isn't he? Yes, Jolly is a freshman. So, again, we move up. Ham goes from a starter, at least in the second, right? If we're in the 3-4, down to the main backup. And then Dexter drops from main backup to the third string guy. This is just, we're getting better and better. Getting better and better. and Jolly is 79. So depending on where we're at, that 3-4 or 4-3, our first guy on is pretty dang good. Okay, Allen. Oh, okay, strong safety. And Meyer. Ooh, that was a problem last season. Got Allen and Allen both starting. That's rough. Can't start both spots. So we've got Meyer. We had Allen playing out of position at linebacker. Allen is the backup strong safety. I don't mind having him at outside linebacker. That is just fine. That puts... Oh gosh, I was weak at both. Why not Ham? Now as a 77. Wait. Keep Allen. Keep Allen. Gosh, I'm all over the place here. Keep Allen. And then have Ham and Dexter. There you go. Ham, actually, should I move Ham up to starter now? As a 77, that does make him kind of the next best, isn't he? Picard, right? Out of position, strong safety. Let's put him as the backup, Picard. And that also makes Allen and Picard. Okay, Carr, free safety. We've got Escobar and Atkinson. Plenty of quality there. So Ham actually is a starter now. Dexter, the main backup. I need to remove Ham. Let's put Dexter up, and we'll get Clark into that depth chart. Dexter and Clark. Now, Ham needs to come off this list. So there's Dexter and Clark. Picard, having him as a backup here. You know what? Even at a 77, no, we need to get natural position this year. And I think this could help. This could really help getting guys that belong in the position because we have enough improvement to finally justify that. Allen's the only one, but he's too good at an 83 to leave out, and I think that's why moving him to linebacker is a good choice. Okay, we already got these filled out, so now we just need our corners. So Casillas, of course. Maggard is no longer second best. Maggard struggled at times. So Thiel, and that would make Maggard the main guy here. And then behind Maggard, you've got Schuler. So you could have all four on at the same time. But that does mean that Maggard is now the top backup here if you only have two corners out there. And then behind him is Schuler. Let's see how that grows up the list. Now here, Schuler would be the best option behind Maggard, unless you have two nickels. And then we're looking at who's next best. After Schuler, you got Berger or Garcia. And I don't even need to get into this Escobar range, as now we have 276s. And you can stay with corners. Or do I get Allen down here? No. It's guaranteed it's Jolly that's not. And I don't need Jolly in this mix. Okay, there you go. Defense. A lot of 80s now. And a lot of high 77, 78, 79 in that next best 9th, 10th, 11th guy. And the backups. Lots of 78s. One area where we're still thin is definitely a linebacker. But not as thin as we've been. Finally, special teams. Shouldn't be any change here. Sandy Clark's still our best guy. Camo, not great at punter. 76, didn't really improve. Little worrying in that. So Maggard was our top guy. This is now where we want to kind of get into what is our speed. Running back, Kirkwood is an 89, but only a 76 on agility. So I'll leave him out. Same with Gabriel. Okay, so how about receiver? Bradley, too slow. Pittman's too slow. Seaman, okay, 83, 82 with good hands. So yeah, he's very much in the mix still. Okay, now corner. Here's Casillas. 78 for the speed, 92 agility. And that's why he's out there. He's just got insane agility. That's really good. Thiel should be, but he's only a 72 on the speed. So he's got the agility, but not the speed. There's Maggard. 86, 87. Yes, Maggard is our top guy. Casillas is our next best option once again. And Seaman third. It looks like that has not changed. Schuler just a 68, though he's got great agility. Linebackers, it would be rare to see one of them doing returns. Clark's got good speed. Okay, how about safeties? Safeties, anybody? Smoot's got a 90 speed, but he's not very agile. There is Meyer. Okay, so Meyer has an 81-81. That's better than Schuler, I think. Okay, so Meyer 81-81. Where's Schuler? Schuler. Oh yeah, Schuler has no speed. So Meyer has made his way into the mix. Where did he go? Meyer. Should be up here. Safety, right? Meyer. Meyer's not an option? Meyer's a strong safety? He is. Strong safeties aren't a choice. Dang. I don't like Schuler so much as an option here. Good speed, but no agility. Look back at those running backs again. Kirkwood, crazy speed. Gabriel could be a good third option. We'll go with Gabriel. And as the backup, he won't get as many touches, so this will give him... There you go. And that's our depth chart. All set, ready to go. Now, recruiting's ready to go, but let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for the season. Here is our schedule this year. So we've got Ohio, the Bobcats. So that's Miami, Ohio. right? We've got Cincinnati, Louisville. That'll be a tougher matchup for us. UNLV, Air Force, Boise State on the road. That's a loss. Fresno State at home, probably a loss, but you never know. Hawaii, we could win that game. San Diego State, we could win that game. Nevada on the road is going to be tough. New Mexico, that should be a win. And Kansas, it's a bigger program, but they've been weaker many seasons of late. So it depends on whether they're up or down this year, on how that one's going to look. Ohio, it's on the road. That's winnable, but tough. Cincinnati could be a win, possibly. Louisville is going to be tough. There are definitely some chances for wins. Air Force on the road, if that was at home, you never know. 500, not out of the question, but going to be tough. A lot more road games this year than we had last year. 5 on the road. And very early, heavily stacked. It's 12 games in 13 weeks, only one bye week, and it's just before the final game of the season. So our schedule is very much stacked to the early part of the year. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to get recruiting going. I'm going to figure out what positions I need to fill with those 20 scholarships coming up. I'll do that work off camera. But then we'll actually start selecting the recruits in the next episode and get that first game of the season going with Ohio. So that'll happen in the next one. But we are at the regular seasons. We are ready to go. We just have those the recruiting piece to go. Figuring out which recruits to get after. That part I'll kind of do. Or at least get the groundwork set for that before we start the next episode. That way we can at least get into that first game of the season with Ohio in our next episode. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.